Gary McKinnon. Gary McKinnon is a Scottish systems administrator who hacked into nearly 100 US military and NASA computers, all from his girlfriend's aunt's house in London. Let's stop and think about that. In a time when dial-up was still common, this one guy, using a basic Windows machine and remote desktop software, slipped past Pentagon-level defenses. What was he looking for? Aliens. Literally, he believed the US government was hiding free energy technology and proof of extraterrestrials, and he was determined to expose it. But here's the twist. He didn't break in using elite hacker tools. He exploited lazy passwords and open ports. It's like someone walking into a bank through the back door, not by force, but because someone forgot to lock it. McKinnon didn't steal money or plant malware. He left messages like, "Your security is crap," and deleted some files to cover his tracks. Still, the US called it the biggest military computer hack of all time, and tried to extradite him for years. He faced up to 70 years in prison, but public pressure, concerns about his mental health, and political opposition in the UK blocked the extradition. He never served a day behind bars. Instead, his case became a symbol of how one determined outsider, without weapons, without a crew, could shake the world's most powerful government just by logging in. WannaCry. WannaCry was not just a virus. It was a wake-up call to every government on Earth. In May 2017, computers across 150 countries suddenly froze. Hospitals in the UK had to cancel surgeries. ATMs stopped working. Train stations, telecom providers, entire networks paralyzed. A blinking screen demanded ransom in Bitcoin. The name of the virus? WannaCry. What made it terrifying wasn't just the scale. It was how it spread, like wildfire, without human interaction. Open a file? Nope. Click a bad link? Not needed. If one vulnerable machine was online, WannaCry would slither in, scan the network, and jump to others instantly. The scariest part? It used a weapon created by the US government. The NSA had developed an exploit called Eternal Blue to spy on enemies, but they lost control of it. Hackers known as the Shadow Brokers leaked it online, and a mysterious group, later linked to North Korea, turned it into ransomware. Suddenly, a tool meant for espionage was holding hospitals hostage. Over 300,000 machines were hit in days. The damage ran into billions. WannaCry wasn't just a hack. It was a global reminder that when governments hoard digital weapons, they risk those same weapons being used against civilians. If you're not patching your systems, you're not just being lazy, you're leaving the door open for chaos. Mafia Boy. Mafia Boy was a Canadian teenager who brought down some of the biggest websites in the world with a dial-up connection. In the year 2000, this 15-year-old, real name Michael Kelsey, launched a series of DDoS attacks that temporarily crashed CNN, eBay, Amazon, Yahoo, and even the website of the FBI. Just to be clear, a high schooler shut down the early internet's giants during class breaks. His tool? A simple script called Rivolta, meaning riot in Italian. He infected dozens of university servers, then used them like a zombie army to flood targets with traffic. The result? Entire websites dropped offline. No money lost, just global panic. Because if a kid could do this, who else could? Mafia Boy wasn't part of some activist group. He wasn't demanding justice or making political statements. He just wanted to flex online dominance. He once said, "I was basically untouchable. Nobody could stop me." And for a while, he was right. But then the FBI and Canadian police caught on. They tracked him down, not through his code, but because he bragged too much in hacker chat rooms. Classic rookie move. He was arrested, sentenced to 8 months in a youth detention center, and banned from the internet for a year. That's right, no internet. For a hacker, that's worse than jail. Mafia Boy proved that it didn't take state-level resources to cause chaos. All it took was time, curiosity, and a dial-up modem. The message was loud and clear. Cybersecurity wasn't ready. Lulzsec.